We have all heard the stories of parents who toilet trained their toddler in just a few days. It can sound unrealistic or like something that only works for other families, but it is absolutely possible. I've done it with my own kids in 2 to 3 days, and many parents do the same when the right pieces are in place. Fast toilet training isn't about forcing or rushing a child. It's about readiness, clarity, and calm consistency. When those line up, learning happens quickly. The first and most important thing is making sure your child is actually ready. This one factor alone determines whether toilet training takes days or drags on for months. Readiness comes down to two key signs. First, your child can stay dry for 1 to 2 hours at a time. That tells you their bladder can hold urine and release it with some control. This often happens around age 2, though there is a wide normal range. Second, your child is doing soft, formed poos and is not constipated. Constipation can completely derail toilet training. If pooing hurts, children often avoid the toilet, withhold, or become fearful. If your child is constipated, pause toilet training and address that first. Once readiness is there, the next step is increasing your child's awareness of wet, dry, and dirty. Toilet training only works when a child can feel what is happening in their body and connect that feeling to an outcome. Modern nappies and pull-ups are excellent at absorbing moisture, which is great for convenience, but terrible for learning. After a wee, a child often feels mostly dry, so there's very little feedback that anything happened. To fix this, you need to move away from nappies during the day. Underwear is ideal, but training pants can also work well. Training pants have a small absorbent layer that catches dribbles but still stays wet, so your child can feel the difference. If you are not ready to fully give up nappies because of the mess, a helpful transition is putting underwear inside the nappy. Your child still feels wet through the undies, while the nappy contains most of the accident. Using underwear or training pants does three important things. It helps your child feel the difference between wet, dry, and clean. It increases natural discomfort after an accident, which motivates most children to try the toilet. And it builds independence because your child can pull their undies up and down themselves. That independence matters more than it might seem. The next rule is simple but powerful. Never ask your child, "Do you want to go to the toilet?" If you ask, the answer will almost always be no. Toileting interrupts play, and toddlers are still learning what their body signals mean. Instead, you make a calm, confident statement. When you see signs like wiggling, jumping, freezing, or holding themselves, say something like, "You're jumping on the spot. Your body is telling you it needs to wee. It's toilet time." This removes the power struggle and teaches your child to connect those signals with action. When you take your child to the toilet, keep sits short. Sitting on the toilet should never feel like a punishment. Your child should only sit long enough to do a wee or for a maximum of 5 minutes. Long sits teach children that toilet time means waiting and boredom instead of purpose. The message you want is simple. You go to the toilet, you do a wee or poo, and you're done. Many children are happy to wee in the toilet but refuse to poo there, at least at first. This is very common and does not mean you failed. Pooing in a toilet can be scary. Some children worry about splashing, some think they are losing part of their body, some fear being sucked into the toilet, and some remember a poo that hurt. Forcing a poo almost always makes the fear worse. Instead, use a gradual approach. Start by letting your child poo in a nappy, but only in the bathroom. No hiding behind the couch or in the bedroom. After they finish, tip the poo into the toilet, flush, and calmly say, "Poos go in the toilet." Once they're comfortable with that, encourage them to sit on the toilet while wearing the nappy. This gets them used to the position and location. If they're still not ready to poo directly into the toilet, you can cut a hole in the nappy before putting it on. The poo falls into the toilet, but your child still feels the nappy for security. Over time, you remove the nappy completely. Accidents will happen. They are a normal part of learning. What matters most is how you respond. Yelling, showing disappointment, or reacting emotionally can actually increase accidents. Children may become fearful and hide, avoid the toilet, or repeat accidents because any big reaction feels like attention. Instead, stay neutral and calm. Say something like, "I see you had an accident. Your pants are wet. Let's go to the toilet and get changed." After an accident, change your child in the bathroom or near the toilet, not in the lounge room or bedroom. This turns the accident into a learning opportunity. Your child practices walking to the bathroom, pulling pants down, sitting on the toilet to finish if needed, wiping, pulling pants up, flushing, and washing hands. They also get used to the smells and sounds of the bathroom, including the flush, which can be scary if it's unfamiliar. Comfort on the toilet is another piece that is often overlooked. A child cannot relax enough to wee or poo if they feel unstable or afraid of falling. On an adult toilet, many toddlers have dangling legs and no support, which creates tension. To poo effectively, knees should be higher than hips. This position helps the body relax and makes pooing easier. A toilet seat insert and a sturdy footstool usually solve this problem and make a huge difference. When all of these pieces come together, learning happens quickly. Your child gets clear body feedback, clear language, lots of repetition, and calm support. That's why toilet training can work in 2 to 3 days when the timing is right. It won't mean perfection or zero accidents, but it does mean your child understands what to do and feels confident doing it. Stay calm, stay consistent, and remember that your job is to guide, not force.